Andy Stocks from Andy Stocks Guitar School. This is day one of our 30-day beginners course. So this first lesson, it assumes that you know absolutely nothing about guitar. So if you're just starting out, this is where you want to start. If you've already started and you've got a few things together, you still want to start here so that we're all running along at the same speed. There's a few things that we need to cover in this lesson, but first of all, we're going to talk about the parts of the guitar. Now, I'm sat with an acoustic guitar, but it doesn't matter if you've got the acoustic or an electric like this. So, a lot of the parts of the guitar are exactly the same, but we're going to talk about the main ones. So I'm going to miss some of the parts out, and the reason why I'm missing those parts out is because the differences between acoustic and electric, and it's not really going to make much of a difference to you. So what you want to do, think of your guitar as a person. This bit here is the headstock. You've got some pegs on there. They're called tuning pegs or machine heads, and they're used basically to tighten the string or slacken it. If you tighten the string, the pitch goes up, so it gets higher. If you slacken it, it goes lower. And that's how we tune the guitar. Okay, moving down, we get this white part here where the strings sit on. This is called the nut, and it feeds the strings through to the headstock and onto the tuning pegs. Moving down, we've got the fingerboard. So the fingerboard is a board that you put your fingers on. It's not that hard. At the back, we've got the neck. So as I'm saying, it's just like a person. We've got the head and the neck at the back. Moving back to the fingerboard, you've got some metal strips that go across there, and they're called the frets. Now, I'm going to start giving you instruction and telling you where to put fingers in certain frets. We're going to talk about that as we get further into it. So it's really important that you remember the frets. Different guitars have different number of frets, so it just means that you've got more access to more notes. But if you have a look down the side of the guitar, most guitars have this. You'll probably not be able to see that very well, but we've got some dots. They're called marker dots, and you have them on the front, and they're just there just to help you find where you are on the guitar. So thinking about person again, we've got the body of the guitar, and down here we've got the bridge. So the bridge is where the strings come out of the guitar, they rest on there, and the distance between the nut, which is this part, and the bridge, that gives you the scale length of the guitar. Guitars have different scale lengths depending on what type of guitar they are. For this point in the game, you don't really need to know about that. All you need to know is that your string starts at the bridge and it finishes up at the nut, and the string will only vibrate between those two points. Okay, and that's where you get the tone of the guitar. So that's the guitar. Let's have a look at these things. Okay, this is called a pick or a plectrum, and you can either use one of these or not. Some people like to use the fingers. If you learn to play with a pick, you can always move on to using your fingers later. Sometimes, if you're used to using your fingers exclusively, trying to play a pick with a pick can be quite difficult. So you want to, I'd recommend starting with a pick, especially if you're playing this type of guitar or an electric guitar. If you're playing classical guitar, this course isn't really for you. You want to have a look at specific classical guitar playing. But anything pop, rock, jazz, you know, you'd be looking at using a pick. So how you hold the pick is, you would want to get it like that. You want to hook your finger over, index finger. The pick then rests on the index finger, and then the thumb goes over the top. So the pointy part should be sticking out. Okay, so if I give you different angles there, can you see? Now, depending on what you're doing on guitar, you'd hold it slightly different. You might move it, your thumb and your finger closer to the edge of the pick, or you might move it back. It depends what you're doing, but for now, just try and get that in there, get it nice and comfortable. You don't want to hold it too stiff. It wants to be quite relaxed, but just enough pressure so that it doesn't slip out. Okay, so we've got the pick We're going to come back to that as well later, but that's so that you know. Just try holding that a little bit so that you get used to having it in your hand. Okay, back onto your guitar. Electric guitars and acoustic guitars have 6 strings in the main. You get different ones, but we're just going to concentrate on the normal ones where you got 6 strings. Now, there's different ways that you can tune the guitar, but there's something that we call standard tuning, and that's what we're going to be working in throughout this course. So standard tuning is, just as it says, it's the standard way to tune the guitar. And on the 6 strings, how that works is that you get an E string, which is the thickest string. You get an A string, which is the one next to it. You get the D string, which is the one next to that. And then the G, and then a B, and then an E string. So you get 2 E strings. So that can be quite hard to remember. I'm going to give you a saying that's going to help you to remember the names of the strings. There's different ones, everybody's got a different one. This is the one that I use. So the thickest string is called elephants, so it's an E for elephants. The next one is and, so that's A, so A for and. The next one down is a D string, so it's donkeys. So we've got elephants and donkeys, E, A, D. And then the next one is G, grows. So elephants and donkeys, grow. It's grow, not grows, grow. And then the next one is big, so B, big. So elephants and donkeys grow big. And then the last E string, the thinnest E string is ears. So elephants and donkeys grow big ears. E, A, D, G, B, and E. Okay? E, A, D, G, B, E. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Good. So I'm going to keep referring back to these. If you didn't quite get everything straight away, don't worry too much. We're going to refer back to them. You can see what I'm doing with my fingers and my hands so that you can see what I'm referring to. If you get stuck, you can always come back and have a look at this video again. So let's get started. What we're going to do now is learn 3 very simple chords. It's going to get you used to just playing the guitar, and then through the week we're going to start using the chords in more of a sequence so that eventually we can both play along together, and by the end of the week we should be playing a bit of a chord progression together. Okay? So the first one that we're going to do is called A5. I'm going to move across so that you can see what I'm doing. Now, on this left hand, you want to use the index finger, and you're going to put this index finger on the 2nd fret on the D string. So thinking back, we've got elephants and donkeys. So from the thickest string, it's the 3rd one down. Now 2nd fret, as I was saying, the metal bars are the frets. Okay. So anywhere in this area is the 1st fret. Anywhere in this area is the 2nd fret, and that's what we're looking for. And it goes on and on. So I want you to put this 1st finger in the 2nd fret. Now, it does matter where you put that 1st finger if you're wanting the best sound out of this. If you put the 1st finger way back in the fret like that, you're going to have to push down a lot harder than if you put your finger closer to the fret like that. Okay? Now, because you're starting out, your fingers are not used to playing on the strings. So, the 1st finger is going to get pretty sore today. Not too much, but you're going to feel it. Over time, this goes away, so don't worry too much about it. If it starts hurting a lot, stop playing. But you should be good to do a good bit of practice. So we're going to get this 1st finger, put it in the 2nd fret on the D string, and then with your pick, holding it like I told you, we're going to pick the A string, which is elephants. So we've got elephants and, so this is the 2nd one down. We're going to pick that one and the D string together. Okay, so you're going to strum straight across. So if I do that while I'm holding the 2nd fret down, we should get that sound. Okay, Now you might get it so that you're going a bit too far or it's not quite ringing out. Just make sure that you got that first finger as close as you can to that fret. Now you'll notice my thumb at the back, it's like pinching the back of the neck. My palm is not touching the neck at all. A lot of people want to grab this, especially if you, if you're a builder or anything to do with manual labour. You want to like hold it like a bat, but you don't want to. It's like you want to pinch it so that you've got your first finger and your thumb in a pinch like that. Okay, so you want to be away from it. So let's try that again. We're going to play the A string and the D string together. That's A5. Very important to remember that. First finger, second fret D string, so elephants and donkeys, second fret. And you're going to play the A string and the D string together. When you do that, that is called A5. Okay? So let's try another one. The next one is called D5. D5. With the first finger, we're going to move the first finger down to the G string. Okay? Second fret again, so close into the second fret. We're going to squeeze down, and this time we're going to play the D string and the G string together. So we've got elephants and donkeys, so it's the third one from the thickest string, and then you've got the G string as well. So if I show you on there, we're going to play the D string and the G. Okay? Fingers there, second fret, G string. That gives us D5. So today we're going to learn one more chord, which is E5. So with this, take first finger again, and we're going to put the first finger second fret on the A string. So again, nice and close into there. And then we're going to play the E string and the A string. I'm going to play those two together. So that gives us E5, okay? So let's recap. We're going to do A5, first finger, second fret on the D string. And you're going to play the A string as well. So we've got this string, A string, and D string. So we're going to play those two together. That gives us A5. So now we're going to try D5, move your first finger down. And we're going to play the D string and the G string together. So we're playing the D string and the G string, and the first finger is second fret G string. We're going to play them together. A little buzz on my guitar, sorry about that. And now we're going to play E5. So first finger, second fret on the A string, and we're going to play the E string and the A string together. Okay? Right, that is all we're going to do today. That is the first lesson. Throughout the week, we're going to extend that into something much bigger.